The recording knows it doesn't want this.
This is such an exciting stream.
I'm not going to force anyone else to watch this. Horrible.
This isn't the only
Jackson,
entertaining.
Jackson, did you watch the
Walking
ad?
Simulator.
Did you watch the ad, Jackson?
No, I didn't.
Okay, maybe we were talking about it. Have you seen that ad before?
For what?
There's a dude who has like a speech and it's like homophobic, and then his teacher's like canceled and gives him an F. And
The
then
Biden ad?
No. I don't think it's a Biden ad. I don't know. So there's a guy at college, right? And he has like a very homophobic speech based on like his Christian morals. And then his teacher's like, yo, illegal, banned, you have an F, and I'm not going to let you finish your speech. And then he like gets big sad and sues the school and his teacher. And then he like wins, I think. I don't know. So who's in the right there? The teacher who's like illegal to have opinion, or the student who's like, I have kind of bad opinion?
Who's right?
Okay, so I heard almost none of that, but I heard guy with stutter, no free speech,
guy
and
with
teacher no like opinion because bad opinion.
There's a guy with a very homophobic speech. And then
the very speech that makes it better. I heard that.
Homophobic.
Oh, you're homophobic.
He's homophobic.
Yeah. And then
Nathan thinks that if you're homophobic, Nathan will find you, and Nathan will
kill you.
Agree with you.
And also do that.
Yeah.
Nathan popped in first and heard that and just left. No, I'm just kidding. Miguel left, though.
I honestly wouldn't be too surprised if he did that, though.
That'd be hilarious. He's like, no, he would never watch any of William's streams, ever.
Yeah.
You know, we were earlier talking about how, like, William just looked up, like, random debate topics, and we were talking about that, but there was no good debating because we all just kind of agreed. Everything, and it's like, whenever we do have actual debates in the group chat, it's just most of us are agreeing. Nathan's being stupid, and then Kate's just like, nah, this, I don't like debate, I buy it, and then...
Here's the thing. Nathan and Kate are literal. Or, sorry, left.
I thought you were about to say
and we're more center. Generally what I find is that the right uses logic. It might be flawed logic, but it's still logic. And the left uses...
feelings?
Entirely their feelings. Not entirely, but they use their feelings. And that's just not smart for argument.
Because then you also end up taking things personal, which doesn't go well.
Like, you don't agree with me, so we can't be friends? You mean like that? Something like that?
Yeah, and even worse than that, there's a kid in my core who had a Trump flag behind him for some reason in a Zoom call. He said 3 people gave him death threats, so he had to take it down.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't care if I disagree with your opinion.
Remember in DC when we couldn't wear the MAGA hat?
Yeah.
That...
Miss Hunter was like, I don't want you wearing that hat on this trip.
It's too divisive.
Well, the point of this country is that you can express your opinion.
No, it's not. Shut up, Thomas.
Thomas, you can only express your opinion if you're liberal.
Oh, you do have Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
I do.
That's epic.
Anyways, I have it on video, you guys supporting Trump and homophobes, so now I can use it for blackmail in the future.
Nice.
I'm not supporting Trump and homophobes. I'm saying I don't support people who are denying other people's opinions and giving them death threats.
Yeah.
No, because during the bulk of this Black Lives Matter stuff, it's still happening. But people are like posting on their Instagram like 5 times a day about,
About what? I don't know.
Propaganda,
Like
like
what?
Spreading information that is just incredibly flawed arguments.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just generally bad stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to post like something that, made some type of sense. But I knew that if I did, I would immediately get like absolutely torn to shreds.
Yeah, because it's...
I saw this one like poll that like there's like I think about like a third of like Trump supporters or something at least. Actually, I think more than that are like afraid to share their opinions because they're afraid they're gonna like lose their job.
Absolutely. Yeah, the silent majority. People don't mention their
actually,
opinions in political arguments because they're gonna get like literally just
But I also,
destroyed.
the poll also was kind of like similar for Biden supporters too, apparently. There's like lots of Biden supporters who are kind of afraid of the same thing. It's like not as bad, but it's still like there.
I mean, a Trump supporter was killed literally for being a Trump supporter.
But that happened?
That's just wrong.
By Antifa in Kenosha.
Ugh.
I don't. That's. I don't know. There seems to be a lot more violence from the left.
Yeah.
That's just like,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of it has to do with since there's a lot more like emotion and just feelings
Needs to be
in their
washed.
arguments. It's a lot more when someone disagrees with them, they're taking it personally, as opposed to okay, they just disagree with me. How about we like
talk about this?
Yeah.
Or just agree to disagree?
Yeah.
Generally, here's the thing: alt left and alt right both are violent, you know.
Yeah.
But I think generally, mid left is more violent than mid right.
Yeah.
Also, they've got a pack mentality, which is scary because they all think the same.
Going to get that mob.
Okay, 50% of strong liberals support firing Trump donors. And 36%.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, it's also like a problem with the conservatives too. 36% of strong conservatives support firing Biden donors.
No, it's bad either way because
Well,
people
yeah.
are too
both
too
of them are
political
bad.
and
just hating.
Oh, you don't agree with me? Fuck
Okay,
you.
So 52% of Democrats are afraid to share their opinions. 59% of independents are, and 77% of Republicans are afraid to share their opinion.
Because yeah, exactly. Because the left is more likely to lynch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should be able to be in a country where, like, I don't care what the political views are. You should be able to like share them, and that's you're not going to get anywhere if everyone's afraid of sharing their opinions because like there's so much violence and anger about it.
It's important to talk about things.
Yeah.
Talk it out. I mean, it's like a problem like everywhere.
Yeah.
I
definitely agree that the left does seem to have like a pretty strong like mob mentality a lot of times, which is like not because then you just once you get in that bubble of just like an echo chamber of, oh, this is my idea, then everyone agrees with you, then it just kind of snowballs.
That's why California is a problem.
Remember when, like, what didn't Kate, like, say something, like, she didn't want to talk about politics with us because we had different views or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
That really annoys me because I want to hear their side of the argument.
That's kind of like the point of talking politics a lot.
Yeah, I've never heard like from people that actual side of their argument, their evidence, because Nathan just gets upset and takes it personal and screams about racist, and it just doesn't make sense.
And this literally the same thing over and over.
Yeah, and then Kate never gives. She doesn't give like really specific examples.
I checked out that one book she sent, and it looked like it might have been like legit.
No, but I was like, hey, could you give me an example? She's like, oh, just read this book. My mom is.
Like, dumb.
You didn't say you did, and you didn't give us any examples.
If
your mom's reading a book about racism, that doesn't mean anything.
I read
unless you can give me actual examples.
Like online about the book, but I couldn't find like any evidence like proving her side of the argument, at least from what I could read online.
Yeah.
Because from what it seemed like, it was like, hey, this book is about like the history of like apparently there's like laws that have led to segregation or whatever with like housing.
I agree, racism is a thing.
Yes.
But every like type of racism is illegal, so you can't just change laws.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no laws that you can apply that would just get rid, because there's nothing that's just okay if you have this skin color, like this happens to you. It's
redlining is illegal.
Yeah, that was a thing though, and I do agree that there's still effects from that.
But yeah, I mean, banks are still doing it, but it's technically illegal. So if your bank's doing that, just sue them, and then you'll win.
There's just so much stuff that's, and also,
but also like people are like, oh, we have to fight against the system. Cops won't kill us if we start committing more crimes, and and then people are like, look at all these black people that are dying during riots. It's like, yeah, because you're committing crimes. Like, you shouldn't die. Of course, you shouldn't die. Yeah. But if you want there to be less violence towards black people, make it less scary for cops to be around black people.
And how about you teach your like family and friends that it's, if there's a cop, then you should probably listen to what they're saying, because even if you are committing a crime and you have something that's going to get you in trouble, you're going to have way more. You're going to take
walking simulator is ready.
I know it's been ready for a long time. It's been ready for a long time. I've just been
Yeah.
okay. Remember what? Didn't Kate say something about like how she like was kind of happy that the riots were happening or whatever?
I think she was happy the protests are because the riots are
Well,